It has been months since I've done a video, and I had an interesting night, so I wanted to share that. Whew, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It's really interesting because I think, I don't know, even a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, I had this thought that I haven't been really diligent about doing videos to explain my journey within my gut health and my diet and my nutrition and just this whole experiment that I've been doing. And I think there was part of me that was acclimating to a new way of being because, we have a little bit more freedom right now going out and about, living during the times of C19. It doesn't, we've changed. At least I've changed, maybe not everybody has, and it's, everybody had their own journey. But I've changed significantly. I'm sure everybody has. Um, to some degree. And, for me, it's just that I don't really want to engage with going out anymore. Who I am is different. I don't drink anymore, something I never saw coming, but something that I so value and appreciate. And being vegan and, really paying attention to my sleep levels and, who I keep company with and the energies that I take in, and how I conduct myself. And it's just been an overhaul. And so I don't necessarily know how to interact in all environments. Not that I did before either. I would cover it up with alcohol and other things. And now I am able to say no without a problem. And so it's really interesting what I say yes to. I can really read my energy levels in a whole new way. And it's a beautiful experience to be this in tune with myself because I don't know what I'm signing up for. I kind of let myself go into the unknown, and it seems to work out really well. So, the other day, my friend had a get together for the holiday, for Labor Day. And, we were just hanging out outside, and it was just a really beautiful night in such simple ways. Like the first time that my brother, who just moved to LA, um, came to hang out at my friend's place. Like, this is going to be a thing now. Like, this is fun, And I had a cousin in town, and my brother-in-law was there, and it was just fun to have like that interaction together. And this is like a group of people that I consider family, and I had my literal family there as well. And we were just catching up, and I I've been going through a really good streak. I have started these things that I have been daring myself to do for over a year now, leading group programs, really putting myself out there and, doing everything that I've wanted to do, but I've kind of been like maybe holding myself back a little bit. So, anyway, I'm trusting myself more. I launched the program this week, and I teach for 4 days, and Thursday nights I have off. And my friend said to her other friend, okay, so, you're coming to this thing with me on Thursday in Thousand Oaks, this show, you're still coming, right? And she didn't say anything, but I was like, what are you going to? And she's like, it's this thing in Thousand Oaks. Thousand Oaks, for those of you that don't know, is like a suburban area. There's not really much there. I mean, it's like, there's like pharmaceutical companies and like biotech companies, but it's really suburban. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's further out of the way. It's like an hour and some out of LA. And so it's just, distance wise. And you don't really go out there, and people don't head that way unless you live that way. And so I was like, I'll come. And she's like, it's from like 5:30 to 9:30. I'm like, sounds like my kind of thing. And like, well, she said it was in a she did say that it was in a graffiti artist's home. That's really what sparked me. Graffiti artist's home, from 5:30 to 9:30 on a Thursday night in Thousand Oaks. Okay, like that was just like such a strange combination of words that I would be like, yes, I want to go do that, And it just sounded really safe and yet really fun. Like, who is this graffiti artist? And what is he doing having like a band? Oh yeah, this is why my friend was going. Her one of her childhood friends, through her brother, is the former drummer of this band Train, and he's a really sweet guy. And Sarah was going to support him. And so, anyway, I am in this situation where I'm like, yes, I want to go to that party. Okay. I really don't know why I was so gung ho. And she was just kind of laughing about how gung ho I was about it. And it was just a gut reaction, a gut instinct. It was just my body saying, this is what you want to do. So I had an amazing week and I had a really difficult week. It was just one of those weeks that, like, I had the highest of highs and I had some lows. And it was okay. It was just, it's been tiring. I have a lot of work to do. I, started my program. I'm doing all the things that I said I was going to do. I'm finally doing them. I'm, feeling good in a lot of areas in life. I'm going a little bit more inward though again, and it felt really interesting that I wanted to go outward like this, to really experience this. But my gut told me that this is where I wanted to go. So Thursday rolls around, and my friend is like, are you sure you want to go? It's an hour and 40 minutes for a drive, and, it's really far away. And I was like, you know what? I'm not the one driving. She was driving. I'm like, you decide, you tell me. And she's like, okay, fine, let's go. And I'm like, it seems like this is going to be one of those things that all you can do is have low expectations for. And then, like, you're just, it exceeds your expectations. Well, this went way beyond my expectations. It was so low key. It was this guy, this amazing graffiti artist, and he has like the most incredible place. There is an entire studio that is just like so interesting to look at. And that's like one of several in this land that is so massive and so lush, so full of trees and art. There were statues of Kuan Yin and Buddha and like all these Chinese deities, and these statues were like twice the size of me. Well, I mean, much bigger than that. They're massive. And like he had them shipped from China, and they're all over this place, and it's like mixed with some of the most amazing art interspersed, and it was just beautifully tastefully done, and so really just cool. And it was like fun people watching. This is where you get to see like in the intersection of LA. And LA's got an old music scene, and you get to see all these rockers, and it was like really nice because it was a backyard party. It was a massive backyard, but it was a backyard party. And I'm just like really enjoying the vibe and the crowd, and like there's so much space, and I'm blown away by the whole thing. And I don't know anybody there except the few friends that I had. We all decided to make an outing of this. And my friend brings somebody with her, this couple that's staying with her. So my friend's my age. She's a little older than me. She's like maybe like a year or two. I'm 44, so she's probably like 45, 46. Um, and she has a good friend from where she grew up in upstate New York who had a child when she was like 20. And so, she has a 23-year-old girl, daughter, who has been with her boyfriend since middle school. They've grown up together, and they're moving out to LA. And, they were sleeping in her place while they're visiting and house hunting. And I just had the most amazing night talking to them. And they are such incredible people. And then on top of it, I have been dealing a lot with my daughter. I'm sorry, I'm making this a long story. This is fun. This is so much fun. Um, so my daughter, is in public school and is dealing with all the restrictions and like the can't touch anything and like you're in masks all the time. And I don't think the mask thing bothers her probably as much as it bothers like me or you know just the concept of it. But she's dealing with protocol. She's also just switched schools. Is a new school. There's all this stuff, and she's prone to having anxiety and it manifesting in her stomach with stomach aches. And they turn on the air condition, so like her nose is running. And so she mentions this to the teacher, but nowadays, because of C-19 and all the protocols, any sort of thing of like my stomach hurts or I have a runny nose is like an automatic you go home. So, and that's fine. Like, I'm so blessed to be able to live a life that I can go pick her up now and it's no longer a problem. And I can be with her at home and, and really, be with her in a different way. And anyway, so she's at home and I'm having a hard time with any sort of homeschooling. I tried it for a year. I would really love if I could homeschool because I'd be able to give her the education that I feel like, I would like her to receive. But, we're just not built for homeschooling and she doesn't enjoy it with us. And, um, she needs the social interaction and all these things. But anyway, with public school, and she's so smart, she's so gifted, she's so talented, she's such a critical thinker. But, she struggles with some of the more basic stuff because I think it's boring. She's so gifted at so much that, like, learning the basics of anything for her is really difficult. And if it doesn't come naturally to her, she doesn't want to do it. And so it can be really difficult with some of like the basic things like math and writing and reading. And she's so good at it, but she judges herself and she doesn't want to do more, not with us. And so I was like, I think I need to get her a tutor. And at the same time, I didn't want it to be like this work, like, oh, sit down and do schoolwork and like, get a tutor because it's all about the education. And like, I didn't want that experience. I wanted her to just have somebody she can have fun with and, make learning fun. And so tonight I'm talking to the girl who is sleeping on my friend's couch, who's this like 23-year-old who comes from her hometown, is the daughter of her friend, and turns out she's a tutor. It turns out she's a nanny tutor. And we just had the most amazing conversation. And it was so long. And like her partner too. And like, I just really enjoyed interacting with them as people. And she understands my daughter so well. She just is so like they're on par with so much. And I couldn't have asked for a bigger gift from the universe. And this was all from me following my gut instinct. That's all I did. And this happened because I've acclimated myself to what is a new baseline. I talk about this in the classes that I teach. I teach these self-mastery classes. And we were talking about, what it means to really step out of your comfort zone into the unknown and how you teach your body how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And so you can learn how to pay attention to the cues and to the signals. And so, I teach it in this concept of like, what is a homeostatic principle of this idea of like there's a normal range of there's a normal range of feeling or expression for your body and what it means to shift that, into something else because your body doesn't realize, this is good for you. And so it just looks at it as being something that's out of range for you and your alarm bells go off. And so it can be really difficult to discern things like, signals from your body. Is that like a good feeling? Is that a bad feeling? When do you trust yourself? And, I've been doing all this fasting for a while, and I just led this week my group through a detox, and today is the fasting day. And here I've done a fast. I homeschooled my daughter. I led people through breath work. Um, there were so many emotions all around today. And then I'm writing a lecture for my class next week, and I'm talking about, the physics, the quantum physics, and like, why we are only 1% space. How do you look at that from the perspective of physics, and then bringing it all out to this idea of vibrational states and how that is science, and like bringing it to new age thoughts on this idea of density and dimensions. And it's just, this is fun. This is just so much fun for me, but it's a lot of work. And then I, followed my gut instinct when it was like, do you want to go to this? Do you want to go to this? And I was just like, yeah, I want to go. I want to go. It's not like normal for me. And here I am, led to what I needed to experience, just goodness in life that's so simple, with people who are so kind, and like there's something to aspire to, like a lifestyle to aspire to, and a way of being to aspire to. I mean, it was just cool. It was cool all around. And then to meet somebody who can help my daughter in exactly what I need for her. I mean, this is all just by saying yes to my gut. Just saying yes. I can listen to my gut so much better now. I know what I'm able to go with the flow of the universe and listen to my guides and listen to what I need to do in order to manifest the life that I want. I'm living the life that I want right now. I'm manifesting this, and this is what it means to bring it into action. Anyway, thank you for listening. That was long. That was really long, but it was, I think essential. It's been a while, and I'm just so grateful.